Yeah, well, you guys must be out of your mind. I got enough ketchup here for every hamburger in America. Well, I want you boys over here to pick up those cases. I need the room.
Smiley didn't call again, did he?
Oh, what is this, your office or something? No. No, Smiley didn't call back. Hector, are you in some kind of jam?
Who, me? Oh, no. Of course not. I told you Smiley's out raising some money, and I just want to see how he's doing.
You mean who he's conning, don't you?
Now, was that nice? I thought you liked old Smiley.
Can I ask you something, Hector? Old Smiley. He didn't ever get into any big trouble back in Michigan, did he? I mean, like cops and robbers type trouble?
Oh, why do you want to ask me a thing like that?
Well, I got this friend. There's that side of Flint. She wrote me this dumb letter and made a crack about a guy with the same name who held up a bank.
Bank? Oh, hey, come on. Could you see Smiley doing a thing like that?
Well, I asked Calvin Stoner to check it out, but he's been so preoccupied lately. Sid's Tavern? Yes, Mr. Wilson. I will see if Mr. Wilson is available. It's your boss.
Hey, Smiley, how are things going out on the road?
I found her, Heck. Found our little fugitive from justice.
That's great. Oh, that's a relief.
Yeah, last night after I talked to you, I drove into the next town, and bang, there it was. Her little cab sitting right out in front of a motel. I'm looking at her right now. Now I gotta think of a way to get to her.
Just be careful, all right? Listen, Smiley, you aren't going to try that sheriff routine again, are you? Some real cop may spot you. Well, just don't take any chances. If Raven Whitney figures out who you are, we're all in for it.
Just don't worry.
$20 million. I don't have enough change for a coin machine. Who is it?
Got your change here, Mrs. Webb. $35 for the room leaves $350.
Wait a minute. You said $25 for the room, and that leaves $475.
Oh, sorry. Forgot. How come you're carrying such big bills around, honey?
None of your business.
I think I got it figured out. You're a bank robber.
Thanks for the change. Now, if you'll excuse me.
I think I'll call the cops and find out.
All right, come in, quick. All right, it's true, I'm running.
Well.
But not from the police. From my husband. He's an animal.
I figured you were married. The ring.
Observant, aren't you?
You get that way in the motel business.
Anyway, my husband's a gambler, and that's why I have all these big bills, and I told him that if he continued to gamble, I was going to leave him.
You did, too, didn't you? Took some of them big bills with you.
Well, a girl has to live, doesn't she? Anyway, you don't want him to catch up with me, do you? Because if he does, he's going to call the police, and that means they'll come and take me back to him, and he's going to beat me up again.
I wouldn't want to see that happen, not to that pretty face.
Tell me something. Do you know a sheriff named Floyd C. Beauregard?
Nope.
Well, he and my husband are gambling friends, and they drink together, and I think he sent him after me.
Maybe we can make a deal.
Yeah.
Don't worry, honey. I'll protect you. Nobody will know you're here. Oh, if you need something to eat, there's a tea room next door. The cop wouldn't be seen dead there.
Thank you. Wolfie Thorne. Sounds like a gangster, but I guess that's who you have to deal with when you're a fugitive. Oh, Sky. What am I gonna do?
It certainly was a surprise to find out I'm not the only one who's after Jeff Brown. Made me feel a bit less lonely.
You know you're not the only one. You know I'm still here to help you.
What happened to Spencer's name? Aren't the two of you still partners?
Sometimes I wonder. Never mind. Tell me more about what this woman said.
She's not this woman. She is my Aunt Geraldine. She told me about a police detective here. His name is Damian Tyler, and apparently he's been after Jeff Brown for years.
Police? Does that mean your friend was a criminal?
Well, assuming he was, would you find that surprising?
No, I suppose not.
Well, it seems this Detective Tyler, well, Tyler isn't his real name. Fowler Wilcox was his father, and his father apparently worked for the State Department in a very sensitive job. Now, Jeff Brown worked for him.
Did you know that?
No, you see, Jeff never told me specifically what he had done here in the States. He was very mysterious about having some secret government-type job. But he never told me what exactly. Well, he was Fowler Wilcox's assistant, and Fowler Wilcox committed suicide.
But is there necessarily a connection?
Well, Detective Tyler seems to think that there was. You see, there were some stolen documents. Tyler believes that Brown stole them and took them to Europe in hopes of selling them to someone.
In Switzerland?
Maybe. I'm thinking about those mad things that Jeff used to talk about. Perhaps they weren't quite so mad. See, I didn't pay much attention to him. I may have made a mistake. There may have been more to Jeff Brown than I knew.
But Sky, none of this helps us prove that he was the imposter.
Yes, but don't you see, this Detective Tyler has had suspicions about Jeff Brown as well.
We have quite a lot in connection with Detective Tyler then, don't we?
Yes, we do, quite a lot. And I am going to set up an appointment to meet this Detective Tyler. The sooner the better.
Kowalski, I expect you to take care of that right away.
Hey, Mike the cop, how you doing?
Hey, Damien.
Chief, welcome back.
Don't you expect me to say that I'm glad to be back, because I'm not.
Hey, I don't expect that, believe me, especially considering the reason that you had to cut your honeymoon short.
I'm just as glad that I'm going to be able to sit in on this hearing. I'll make sure Valducci doesn't get carried away with himself. It's been quite a few years since he's got one of my guys, and I think he must be bloodthirsty by now.
Oh, I haven't met Captain Valducci yet, fortunately.
Nobody likes to meet the head of internal affairs, but you're a good cop. You got nothing to worry about.
Oh, I didn't have anything to worry about until I decked Sammy Wheaton and got myself suspended.
You're going to stick to this story now, that this is all just a frame-up?
He did it, Chief, I swear it. Look, it was the perfect design for him to get back at me for having done that undercover work on him. If he pulls this thing off, I'm going to lose one of the most important things in my life, Chief. That gold badge.
Where her sister, Miss...
It's not fair.
What isn't fair, Mitzi?
You just look so depressed.
Then don't look at me, okay?
I can't do that. You're my roommate. If you're depressed, it's my duty to undepress you.
Look, Mitzi, my paying half the rent does not entitle me to cheering up privileges, all right?
Hey, I'm also your friend. What are friends for, right? Well, the trouble is I'm not in such a great mood myself.
Mitzi, don't worry about me, okay?
You know, maybe we should work out a schedule or something, huh?
You mean so that we're both not depressed at the same time?
Oh, it's worth a try, right? Dee Dee, I am going to undepress you.
Mitzi.
No. Yo, Dee Dee, Yeah.
Come on, Dee Dee, smile.
No.
Please.
No.
Smile!
Nice try, Mitzi.
We are talking about a major depression here, aren't we?
Can you blame me?
Dee, you and Calvin have broken up before, and you've always gotten back together again.
Mitzi, those other times I thought that Calvin's marriage was over. This time, Calvin himself told me that's not the case.
No, wait a minute. He didn't actually say that, did he?
No, he didn't. Not in so many words. But he was put to the test. And he failed. I mean, he really failed.
You mean that letter to his wife asking
He tore it up. He tore it up, Mitzi. Now, what better proof do I need for Calvin's real feelings? See who it is?
Who are you?
Kenny, ma'am.
Probably more bad news, huh?
All hail the conquering hero! Strike up the band! Let's all have a celebration. Give me a kiss, honey.
I missed you.
Cliff, why didn't you tell us you were back in town?
What, you spoiled the surprise? Hey, look what I bring you. Flowers for you, and flowers for you.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Why don't you take the paper off, Mitzi?
Oh, Cliff, they're beautiful.
Some things never change. Oh, look. Presents from faraway places.
Chicago?
For you, something from the Windy City.
Hey!
And for you, my friend and my associate, Essences of Michigan Avenue.
Thank you.
Make you irresistible to Calvin. Oh, and look.
Steak sauce.
Well, yeah, just in case your girls want to fix me a steak.
I get the idea.
Hey, Cliff, look, why don't we stop all this clowning around? Tell me, what happened in Chicago? Is the trial over?
Yeah, trial is over. Verdict is in. I won the case. They even gave me a standing ovation.
That's what they love you.
Congratulations, partner.
Thank you.
Did you get paid?
Sure, I got the check in my pocket. Not only that, I'm handling his corporate accounts here in Monticello.
Sounds as though you're almost solvent.
Well, I haven't built my empire yet. But I can pay this month's office rent.
Good.
That's great news. Dee Dee and I, we were just like sitting here talking about how miserable everything was, and then you come in and cheer us up. Right, Dee Dee?
What's, this, about you being miserable?
Look, Cliff, I don't want to talk about it. You come in here with all this great cheer. I don't want to spoil it.
Got some bad news. No meat.
Forget about it. Grab your coats. We're going to Sid's.
Oh,
count me out. I don't.
You are coming with us. Dee Dee, grab your coat. We are going out on the town.
Lots more. She totally turned the tables on me. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a very good judge of character.
No, I guess you're not. I don't see why you couldn't have figured this out in the first place.
I don't know that either. But I do have this fur coat business figured out.
What fur coat business?
Well, Eddie Lorimer came over to my place last night, said he wanted to bury the hatchet.
Probably wanted to bury it in the back of your skull.
Well, that's what I figured, but he brought a present. I mean, a mink present.
What's this all about?
Well, you see, Eddie Lorimer thought it would be a good idea if I made amends with Poppy Johnson. He said the way to do that would be to give the woman something that she would really like, you know.
Like a fur coat?
Right. He even gave it to me to give to her.
But can't you see this is obviously another setup?
Of course I see it. I was going to stuff the thing down the guy's throat, but he threw it on my table and took off.
Well, I hope you got it back to him.
I followed him to the salvage company, but he locked himself in his office, so I just left it there.
I don't like the sound of this, Tyler. Just what kind of game is he up to?
Well, you just can't tell with that guy, but I'll tell you one thing. I am not going to be framed this time.
I just don't know. This setup doesn't look right to me.
Mr. Loroman, I got a package from.
He's out right now. But you have a delivery, you can leave it right here.
Well, it's photographs he wanted developed. He wanted them real fast. Make sure he gets it personally. It's confidential.
Thank you.
Confidential, huh? I am so glad to see you. I hope you're going to cheer up this gang around here.
That's why I came back. They wanted me to stay in Chicago. They offered my opportunity to run the city there, but I said, no, I've got more important business in Monticello.
Okay, I'm starving. Let's eat.
Mitzi, you're wonderful. Sad or happy, you're still hungry.
Well, I am certainly not depressed anymore.
Hey, it's a public place.
If only Calvin would get here with a divorce paper, everything would be perfect.
Hey, what's this about a divorce paper?
Cliff, I don't want to talk about it. Okay, let's order.
Well, you know the menu better than anybody. We got everything tonight except steak.
Oh, no. Sid, that's fine with me. I'll settle for hamburger.
Good. We got plenty of ketchup.
Excuse me, girls. I see a long-lost friend of mine. Hey, Hector, how you doing?
Oh, Cliff, good. Good to see you. When'd you get back?
Oh, just a couple minutes ago. What's the story with the maskers?
The who?
Oh, no theater, huh? It's all over.
Yeah. The maskers, the practical joke, it's all finished.
Well, what about Raven? What did she do?
Well, she did just what we thought she'd do. Nothing. She didn't want anybody to laugh at her, so she just let the whole thing pass. So far, she hasn't told anything to anybody.
Well, where is she now?
Oh, she's on a vacation someplace. Nobody knows where exactly.
Hector?
Yeah.
You're on the air again.
Oh, thanks. Excuse me.
He gets more phone calls than the Weather Bureau.
Hey, Smiley, what's happening? Where are you?
The special, please.
Oh, good evening, miss. Would you like to sit over here?
Sure, that'll be fine. I think I'll sit on this side, okay.
Would you care for something to drink?
Oh, I would love a double vodka martini.
Oh, we don't serve liquor. But if that's what you want, there's a tavern down the street where all the men go. But I don't think you'd want to go there. I'll just get you a menu.
All of the men, huh? That sounds great. Just my luck I'd run into a cop.
All this great food.
It's for the party. And a fresh box of Arm & Hammer baking soda keeps everything fresh.
Clean. Okay, just don't take any chances, Smiley. You stuck your neck out too much as it is.
She's seen me 3 times and doesn't know it. The judge in the courtroom, the cab driver, and Sheriff Floyd C. Beauregard.
Yeah, I know you're a genius, but this fox is no dummy. The next disguise may be one too many.
This disguise is going to be the best of all.
Just remember what happens if it doesn't fool her. We all may wind up disguised as convicts.
And all I know, Brother Heck, is that there's around $20 million sitting in that motel room, and tomorrow it's going to be in my hands. And we're going to be skipping the country, not Mrs. Raven Whitney.
I hope you're right.
It was his own idea to write the letter, Cliff. Calvin thought he could express himself better in a letter than he could in person.
It's easy to write your feelings down on paper. I understand that.
Oh, sure, I understand, too, now. You can't tear up a personal confrontation. It's not made of paper.
That's not what I meant. How do you know he tore it up? How can you be sure?
I'm sure.
Dee Dee, that doesn't mean he'll never ask Star for a divorce. It just means he needs a little more time, that's all.
So, Mitzi, what am I supposed to do in the meantime?
What do I owe you, Sid? Thought I'd pay cash tonight, seeing as how you've been so nice.
So all he had was a couple of beers and a half a dozen phone calls. Let's just say this one's on the house.
Ah, Eureka. Thanks a lot, Sid. You're a pal.
Hector, are you really sure about what I asked you about Smiley?
About his being a bank robber? Forget it, Sid. Smiley's just a clown. You can't take him seriously.
Don't worry. I don't.
I hope Raven Whitney does.
The special is carrot cutlet.
I'll think about that, okay?
Just take your time.
Excuse me, young lady, but would you mind terribly if I joined you?
Well, you know there are some tables around the corner.
Yes, I know, but I hate eating alone. Well,
You're watching the USA Network.
I'm coming. Hello?
Morning, Mrs. Webb.
Hey, I don't remember leaving a wake-up call.
I just thought you might like to see the morning paper.
Put it on my bill.
It's a gift from me to you.
You sure you can afford it? What's my chances of getting some breakfast sent here anyway?
0, honey. It's against the rules.
Can't you bend them a little? Just some coffee and a roll or
No,
something?
I'm sorry. The boss is real strict about that. No eating in the rooms. Well, why don't you go back to the tea room? Or didn't you like the place?
You ever have a carrot cutlet? Okay, I'll go down there.
Okay, see you later, Mrs. Webb.
I don't believe there's nothing about my jumping bait. Damien must not have said anything. He still loves me. Who is it?
it's Mrs. Peabody.
Who?
Mrs. Peabody, don't you remember me? We met in the tea room last night.
Oh, yeah.
Well, good morning, Miss Wells. I trust you had a good night's rest.
Well, I wasn't sure how I'd sleep after that carrot cutlet, but I guess I was tired.
Oh, I must admit you looked a little peaked. Miss Wells, would it be all right if I stepped inside for a moment? It's drafty in this hallway.
Oh, sure, come in.
Oh, thank you. Oh, well, your room looks just like mine.
Oh, all hotel rooms look alike, don't they?
My room looks a little different this morning. You see, there was a plumbing accident. Yes, you couldn't believe there was water all over the place. Water.
It's too bad.
What made it so bad was that it happened so early. I didn't get my full 40 winks, and I'm feeling so tired as well. I'm so tired.
Maybe you should go lie down for a while.
Yes, I'd love that. I'd love to do that, but unfortunately they're working on my pipe sets as we speak here, and there's no place for me to lie down. I was wondering if could I possibly stay here just for a few moments to rest?
Well, you know, I was going to go down and get some breakfast, so tell you what, why don't you just come along with me?
Well, no. I've already had breakfast. Getting up so early and all that. Yes, I would enjoy just lying down for a few moments.
I see.
If you wouldn't mind, you could have some breakfast, and I could stay here. I could look over all of your things.
I really wish you guys could have seen the portrait. It looks like it was done 100 years ago, maybe more. But the really weird thing is it looks like Jody. It looks like she sat for it.
Maybe it's one of her ancestors.
Maybe, but we're not sure.
Well, you see, the point is that's what it was doing at Endicott's gallery. They were supposed to be finding out where it came from, right?
That was the general idea.
As I see it, though, the Endicotts are still responsible for what happened. So Jody has a right to sue for loss of property. Think she'd let me handle the case?
Still chasing ambulances, aren't you, Cliff?
Yeah, I thought those days were long gone for you. I mean, didn't you just make a bundle in Chicago?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, no, not really. You see, not much cash really changed hands. But I got this beautiful corporate account.
Anyway, I don't think money is the issue here. Jody really loves the portrait. It's the only reminder of her mother.
Well, she was offered some money for it, wasn't she?
Yeah, the day before it was stolen, some guy walked into the gallery and offered to pay $10,000 for it.
Ooh, 10,000. Hey, wait a minute, you guys. I got it, of course. Man walks into the gallery, sees this painting on the wall. He thinks it's a long-lost masterpiece. It's worth millions, so he offers some money for it, $10,000. See, not too much because he doesn't want the people to get suspicious.
Settle back, Gavin. Our pal's about to take off.
Okay, well, Calvin, I'm just going to solve this case for you, that's all. Okay. So he offers this money, 10 grand. But they don't take it. So I think, well, the only way I can get this painting is to steal it, right?
Yeah, but Jody's painting wasn't the only one that was stolen. What they think right now is that 3 were taken.
Wrong. No, it's right. They stole the other 2 because they didn't want everyone to think that it was Jody's painting that they were interested in.
A very interesting theory, Cliff.
You know, maybe what you ought to do is track down the guy who made the offer and see what he was doing that night.
Another case solved by Clifford Nelson. Look, if there's any reward money, can I get half?
Relax, Sherlock. We already checked out that angle.
Oh, you did, huh?
Yeah, the guy who tried to buy the portrait left town yesterday morning. Look, I gotta go check in, you guys.
Hey, Calvin, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
Hey, now that's what I call being a good roomie.
Roomie? Are you guys roommates? Calvin, you mean you and Star?
No. I'm the one that wants to leave the gilded cage I'm living in, and I can't afford to live on my own, so I asked Calvin if I could share half the rent until his wife gets back from New York.
Yeah, well, you better try before you buy. I get off about 6 o'clock, so we'll get together then. And look, tell Jody just not to worry so much. We're doing everything we can about the painting, huh? Welcome home, counselor.
Thanks.
I promise not to keep you long, Jinx, just 5 minutes. I'll give you Dr. Kavanaugh's patented 3-minute exam, take a little blood, and then send you home. Please say yes. Aha, that's what I like to hear. No, I won't leave for the hospital until you arrive. Okay, good. So on. Jinx is coming in.
Oh, good. I'm so glad.
Took a little bit of persuasion. She said she made a solemn vow during her honeymoon never to enter another doctor's office.
So how'd you get her to change her mind?
Told her she was only allowed 1 vow a month. Since she's working on her marriage vow right now.
Well, I guess that means you're going to have to leave real soon.
Yeah, I do. Except I hate to leave the house with Jody's sad expression on my mind.
Oh, I'm sorry, Miles. It's just hard to look cheerful when you're feeling rotten.
It's that portrait. She can't stop thinking about it.
It's so bizarre. I mean, to lose it that way in an art gallery of all places.
Well, it's not really lost. It was stolen. There's some thief that knows exactly where it is.
And all we have to do is catch the thief.
Easier said than done.
Well, no, we got a heck of a good police department in Monticello. They've turned up stolen merchandise before. Maybe they'll do it again.
I hope so.
Well, I do have to go. So why don't you walk me to the door, beautiful?
I will.
Try to do something to lift her spirits?
I know, but it's not going to be easy. The only way she's going to feel any better is if they find that portrait.
Well, I'm probably going to stop at police headquarters. I'll talk to Derek about it. Maybe we can get some extra measure of police attention.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Don't forget lunch.
I won't. Bye, darling. Hey.
Would you like some more coffee?
Sure, thanks.
You know, I can't help feeling responsible for what happened yesterday.
Jody, why do you feel responsible?
Because I shouldn't have let the painting out of my hands. I was just being greedy.
Well, now, that is ridiculous. You were not greedy. If you were greedy, you would have accepted the $10,000 offer.
Yeah. Guess that'll teach me a lesson, huh? About bird in the hand?
No, you were right. The painting was much more important to you than the money. I'll get it. Hello? Oh, hello. Good morning, Mr. Endicott. Yes, she's right here. I'll put her on. It's Dwight Endicott for you.
I hope it's good news.
So do I.
Thanks. Hello?
Good morning, Jody. I hope you slept better than I did.
No, I probably didn't.
This robbery. I feel dreadful about it, and I know you do, too. Anyway, I was wondering if you had some time to discuss it.
What is there to discuss?
Oh, quite a bit, really. Do you think it's possible that you could stop by the gallery sometime this morning?
Yeah, I have to go to the studio first to pick up some things. No, maybe I'll drop by there first, in about an hour, okay?
Well, that's fine. See you later, then. Goodbye.
Okay, goodbye.
It's Madeline Carr.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, hi. It's not going on, it's going out. Off. We're out of here, Johnny.
You're tearing the whole place apart.
Yeah, I could use your help. Want to help?
Why?
Well, I signed this lease, and I promised to return the thing into original condition when I finish.
So you're leaving the studio?
No, the studio's leaving me. I've got 18 hours left on this notice that the sheriff gave me yesterday.
Don't tell me you've been evicted, Jim.
You got it.
You know, that really stinks.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it really surprises me, you know? After 3 months of not paying rent, imagine throwing me out.
It's been that long?
Yeah, it has. Yeah. There's no Smiley around to con another month out of the landlord.
So it's really true, the maskers are all washed up?
Well, I'd say that the maskers were washed up when Smiley Wilson walked in here. No, I can't say that. I gotta take responsibility for this. It's as much my fault as it is his.
You know, if Smiley were here, he would figure something out.
Yeah, he'd figure out a way for us to go to jail, a real one.
Hector might know where Smiley is. Where's Hector?
Johnny, don't you get it? After all that's gone down, Smiley is not a miracle worker.
Yeah, but he's a clever guy.
Yeah, he's real clever. He took the $10,000 that Sid invested in this, and he spent it. And then he took the $100,000 that he got from Raven Whitney, and he invested it in the horses. The horses. Real smart.
What big deal? He had a couple of bad breaks.
Bad breaks? You're hopeless. Hopeless.
Well, hey, at least he had the money for a little while.
Yeah, he had it, and it's gone. So's he. I don't think we're going to see him again.
Shoes. What is she, a centipede? Is it? What's she doing? It's gotta be here.
Mrs. Peabody!
No more excuses.
We're not angry.
Angry? I should call the police. You're nothing but a thief.
No, you don't understand.
You should be ashamed of yourself, a woman your age.
Miss Wells, I have a terrible headache. I was looking for aspirins.
This is my luggage, not a medicine cabinet.
I tried the medicine cabinet. There was nothing there. I thought maybe in your luggage there might be.
Well, thank God I know well enough to go downstairs and put my valuables in a safe.
Oh, that's very clever. That's very bright.
And if you would like some aspirin, I suggest that perhaps you go downstairs to the front desk and ask the nice man there.
Oh, that's a good idea. I hope so. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're very lucky I didn't call the police, or believe me, you would have had a headache.
I hope they fixed my pipes.
I can't call the police to get out of here.
Yes, that's what I told Derek, that I was never, ever going to see another doctor. Well, that's the way I felt. I mean, I felt so well on my honeymoon.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Honeymoon's the ideal time to feel well. Happiness is a big part of that.
You know, it wasn't my imagination. You know, I think that I discovered an important thing in the medical world. Happiness is a cure.
Well, you're absolutely right. Most doctors feel that that's true, that happiness is a great factor in the healing process.
Well, then why didn't you prescribe that for me in the first place?
I would have if I knew how. Unfortunately, that's a prescription that people have to write for themselves.
Well, I think I did a very good job. Or maybe Derek wrote that prescription. Anyway, either way, it worked. I think my miracle has happened just the way I wanted it.
Well, that would be wonderful. Want to go into the examining room? Find out?
Oh, no, wait a minute. That's just what I didn't want. I didn't want to come back from my honeymoon, from my miracle honeymoon, and go into some mundane examining room. I don't want to find out that it's all a dream.
Jinx, I knew that you felt that way, but I got certain rules that I got to abide by, and one of those rules says that you have to find out.
Well, do we have to do it now? I mean, can I hold on to my dream just a little while longer?
You know something? You have almost persuaded me to throw away the rule book. Jinx, if you don't want to have this examination, it's all right. We'll let it pass.
Do you really mean that?
Yes, I mean it. Why don't you get out of here? Go back to your honeymoon.
Oh, well, no, I can't do that. My honeymoon is over. I've started married life now. As a matter of fact, I'm going shopping this afternoon for my china and silver for my new home.
Pick something pretty.
I will. Something that will last. No, Miles, I can't. Look, I'm here. I might as well stay and go through with it.
Believe me, Jody, it's the last thing we expected to happen.
Well, hey, I feel the same way. I mean, I figured the next time you'd call me, it would be to tell me my painting was worthless, not that it was stolen.
Well, we know it wasn't worthless. It must have meant a great deal to you if you could turn down all that money you were offered.
Yeah, I was just saying I'd be better off selling. I have nothing now.
Not quite. That's why I wanted to see you this morning, to give you this.
$10,000? But you didn't even sell the painting.
No, Jody, but Grace and I decided you should have the money just the same.
Well, no, I can't accept this. It wouldn't be right.
It's the only right thing to do. We realize that we can't compensate for your loss, but it's the only way we can say we're sorry.
No, I can't take it, please.
Jody, it represents no real loss to the gallery. We're heavily insured.
Oh, you don't understand. The painting wasn't insured.
It doesn't matter. Everyone is going to be compensated, so why shouldn't you be, too? Take it, my dear. I'd be much happier if you did. Now, if you'll excuse me, Grace asked me to take care of her customers while she has her hair done. Greater love hath no father. Good morning.
$10,000. That's $10,000. I'm rich.
Are you all right?
Huh? Oh, it's you.
Oh, I knew it. You've forgotten my name already.
I didn't forget your name. It's Chad something. You never told me your last name. Why are you asking if I'm all right?
You were looking kind of dazed.
Yeah. I don't suppose you know what happened here last night, huh?
You mean the robbery? Yes, I'd heard about it. Must have really shaken up the Endicott's.
Shook me up, too.
Yes, Grace told me you lost a painting. Your mother's portrait?
No, it wasn't. It might have been her great-great-grandmother. Maybe. We'll never know.
Why not?
Well, that was the whole reason for the painting being here. You see, Mr. Endicott made this offer to have an expert look at it so we could find out more about the painting's, what's that word?
Provenance.
Right. You see, I didn't care about the value or anything. I just wanted to know who the model was.
But Grace said it looked quite a bit like you. I guess that's why I assumed it was your mother. I'm really sorry about it, Jody.
Thank you.
I guess getting that other painting wasn't much compensation for your loss.
Other painting? Oh, you mean the one that artist gave me? I guess Grace told you that too, huh?
Yes, we talked about it.
You're really into talking to Grace. Well, anyway, it was, the painting was really wonderful. I just can't figure out why the artist gave it to me.
He must have liked you.
He doesn't know me.
Wait a minute. You're serious, aren't you? You really don't know who painted that still life?
No. No, all I know is that the name on the painting is Sutherland. Oh, my God. Your name isn't Chad something. It's Chad Sutherland, isn't it?
What a terrible disappointment.
What do you mean?
I thought you knew it was mine. I thought that was the reason you wanted it. As a memento of our meeting, something to remind you of me forever.
No. No, I just liked it. It's a wonderful painting. You're a very good artist.
Tell that to the Endicotts. Broke their hearts to hang my little still life. I mean, they were delighted when I gave it away.
Well, I'm glad you did. It was very nice of you. I just can't understand why. You don't even know me.
But don't you see, that was my idea. To get to know you.
Not a weightlifter.
This is a new career. Come on. Get good at it. You can make a lot of money with that body.
Yeah, funny.
Don't look so down. You got Bucky Revere. You're not going to starve.
No, I don't know, Jim. Things don't seem to be working out here. I might just head back to L.A. and join a rock and roll band or something.
Well, that reminds me. I was holding $500 for you. You spent $380. There's $120. You better count it.
Thanks a lot, Jim. You know, I forgot that you were my banker for a while.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I can't give you interest.
You know, I'm going to miss you holding my money like that. You're the only person I trusted with it.
Thanks. But don't give it to Smiley to invest.
You ready to go, Mrs. Webb?
Yeah, come in.
You get all your stuff out of the safe?
Yeah, I got it all just fine.
Okay. Tell me something. You're driving a taxi. Why?
I'm a taxi cab driver.
Hey, I'm gonna see you real soon.